Hello and welcome to the episode 13 of this podcast. You are listening to Jeffrey, and for this episode, I will be talking about the fifth mistake, and that is staying in your comfort zone. But before that, I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is Jeffrey Dayag. And please also follow my Facebook page. It is also Jeffrey Dayag. And please follow my podcast on Spotify. You can search for Life Talks and Left Detour, and then you can have access to my podcast and, of course, to each episode. Let us help this podcast grow so that we can inspire a bigger number of people. We improve through exploring new things and by developing our abilities by doing things that are quite different from the things that we are comfortable doing. We can elevate our capacity in a maximum level if we stop staying in our comfort zone. If we stay in our comfort zone, we are only confining ourselves in the same cycle. There is no challenge if we maintain on that level. Our comfort zone can make us feel secured because again there is less difficulties and there is less challenge. And if that is the case, there is less failure. But this fact is actually deceiving. The more we seek comfort, the less we become creative. It's like a shadow of darkness that keeps its presence around us, and in order to find light, we have to slowly step away from that shadow. Perhaps the reason why we don't want to try to do new things is because of our fear of failure and disappointment. Because when we take a risk, it only has two possibilities. First, we can succeed, and second, we could fail. But the common denominator of these two possibilities is growth. Because success or failure, there is always a lesson that we can actually get from it. We always get motivation from these two contradicting results. Success makes us feel even more motivated, and failure also gives us the same feeling. Our fear is always there. It's not gonna go away. But we have to become bigger than our fear. We should not let this fear stop us from becoming great. Do not be so comfortable with not taking risks and doing big things. Don't just simply become less. The darkest comfort zone is that when you are afraid to commit mistakes, and when you are afraid, you end up not doing the act. It comes from a place of fear and worry. If we always think this way, if we always recognize our fear and worry, then we'll always get ourselves back to our comfort zone. Imagine being in that box for a long time. That won't help you grow. Some do not notice this because they are so comfortable with not being challenged, and in the long run, they don't see any progress because while they are in that box, while they are hiding inside their comfort zone, a lot of chances have slipped away. Stepping our comfort zone is already a challenge, and that is where progress should begin. There are a lot of opportunities for us to grow outside our comfort zone. If we choose to stay in it, then we can't see those opportunities. Take a step, have the decision to improve yourself. We have a lot of excellent abilities that can only be discovered if we step outside our comfort zone. We have to unleash that ability. Our comfort zone is trapping us, and do not get trapped. It's like a chain that disallows us from learning new things, from exploration, and from discovery. Let go of that fear and worry. Life has a lot to offer. Do not limit yourself. Limitation actually kills our hidden potentials. There is so much of you that you won't be able to see if you stay in your comfort zone. Be bigger than what you already are today. Be better than the person you used to be. Learn to become another person, but in a good way. Become another person for the better. And to achieve that, that person should come from a place of bravery and courage. The bravery to step outside your comfort zone and the courage to learn new things. That person should not be limited. Do not be controlled by what limits you. Have control over yourself and slowly step outside your comfort zone, outside your limitations. You would not know what you can become unless you decide to step outside your comfort zone. There is another you, a better you outside your comfort zone, and only that decision can give you that transformation. Let me leave you a quote from the book I've read. It says, "Growth happens with discomfort, and our thoughts can either empower or imprison us. So choose the best decision." So that is all for this episode, and I hope that you learned something from this one. And if you do, you can actually share this podcast to your friends and to your social media feeds so that we can inspire a bigger number of people. Again, this is Jeffrey Dayag, and thank you for being with me.